Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with ATBBQ.com, and this is Steak Fajitas. Well, today we're gonna tackle the Tex-Mex classic fajitas. We're gonna marinate some skirt steak. Love me some skirt steak for fajitas. We're gonna cook it on the griddle with some peppers, some onions. We'll whip up a pico de gallo, put it all together in a fantastic tortilla. Now the skirt steak, it doesn't take long to marinate at all because we're actually gonna slice it really thin before we marinate it. So the first thing I wanna do is put together our pico because the longer it sits, the better it tastes. So we've got all of our pico basics here: tomato, onion, serranos. You can go jalapeno if you wanna go a little bit milder, cilantro, lime juice, and salt. The one kind of thing we're gonna add to this today that's a little bit out of the ordinary is we're gonna actually dice up our avocado and put it in with the pico. So we're gonna start with our heirloom tomato here. Just do a small dice on this. We're gonna go equal parts tomato and onion. Drop it in. Probably only gonna need about half of this onion. Save the other half for the fajitas. And then I like to go pretty fine on the dice here, even a little bit smaller than like a small dice. Just don't love a huge bite of raw onion. Prefer a small bite of raw onion. And I like to use a yellow onion for this. You could also use a white onion. Heck, you could use a red onion if you want. I don't care. Next, we've got our serranos. It's up to you if you want to leave the seeds in or take them out. You know, they're going to be a little bit spicier if you leave them in. Totally your call. Don't love the flavor of that pith, though. For a while, I worked at an Indian restaurant, and part of my job was dealing with serranos, and for a long time I would just take my fingernail and scrape these out, but you learn really quickly once you touch your eye or something else after doing that it's not a great idea, so you want to wash your hands pretty quick. So we'll take these down pretty fine as well. Little bites of heat. Next we're going to do a half a cup of minced cilantro, and if you're not a fan of the cilantro, just leave it out. It's a thing. It's actually a genetic thing. If you think that cilantro tastes like soap, it's not because you don't like it. It's because your body processes it and perceives it differently. So you can always skip it if that's not your thing. I'm gonna go for about a half cup. I'm gonna do just a little bit more. Don't be afraid to use some stems either. I think that people shy away from that, but the stems actually have good flavor in them as well. So we're gonna do a squeeze of lime here, probably about 2 tablespoons is what we're looking for. We gotta hit it with a little bit of salt, but now we're gonna add that extra ingredient that you don't normally get in pico, and that's the avocado. So with fajitas, a lot of times, guacamole is a pretty common thing to serve with it. I'm gonna skip the guac today, and we're just gonna do our avocado in the pico. So scoop that in with the pico. Hit it with just a little bit of smoked salt. We got that noble cherry wood smoked salt. And we're just gonna get in there, mix it up, and then we'll just let this sit, start to soak into each other, all these ingredients. I love it. The salt starts to pull a little juice out. There's nothing in the bottom now really, but you'll see it start to pool as it sits. So now we're gonna put together that marinade for the skirt steak. So the base of this is going to be the Sweetwater Spice Fajita Bath. This is the lime jalapeno flavor. And I'm using this, obviously it's designed for fajitas. It's got a pineapple juice base. We've also got lime juice in there, and then a ton of like Mexican spices as well as some chilies. Now typically we dilute this 1-to-1. I wanna make a strong marinade that's got some punch, so we're just gonna go half of that amount on the water, and then we're gonna add a little bit more flavor. Now this one might seem kind of weird, but we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Probably not as uncommon as you would think in a fajita marinade. Next, we're gonna add some chili infused oil 2 tablespoons. So the fat carries the flavor, and then this fat's already infused with that chili, garlic, and onion flavor. And then last, we're gonna add some of our taco seasoning, the Cattleman's Grill Mexicano. I'm telling you, this is gonna be a flavor punch. Give this a good shake. And we'll set this aside while we slice up our skirt steak. All right, so we got about a pound of skirt steak here. I love the fat content. You can see it marbling throughout. This is such a great little piece of meat, but it can be tough. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this nice and thin. So there's kind of 2 ways you could go about this now. You could either cook these skirt steaks whole and slice them thin right before serving, or you can slice them thin first, and that's what we're gonna do today because I want them to really soak up the flavors of that marinade. So by breaking them down into small little pieces, all that marinade can penetrate really quickly. So when we slice these, we wanna slice them across the grain, not with the grain, because if we go with the grain, it's gonna be tough and chewy. If we go across them, we take those fibers and cut them down super small. So we're gonna determine how long we want each one of these slices to be. I think about like that looks good. So I'm gonna take my knife and just start cutting these really thin. You can go as thick or thin as you want. I like them super thin because they just kind of melt in your mouth. Not chewy at all. And again, we get a lot of flavor in there. This meat is really cold right now. I actually threw it in the freezer for about 30 minutes, maybe closer to an hour, just to let it firm up. Of course, in the Kansas heat, it's already warming up because it's not a very big piece of meat. But that'll help you cut thin slices, keep your meat super cold, keep your knife super sharp. All right, so we're just gonna throw these into a zip top bag, give our marinade one more shake, and pour it in. And we don't need a lot of liquid when we're doing a quick marinade in a bag like this because once again, we've got so much surface area from slicing these thin that already it's soaking up that juice. So we'll let that sit for about 15, 20 minutes. Now while the meat's marinating, we're gonna slice up some onions and peppers. All right, so we're gonna do some orange and green bell peps, and then the other half of that onion that we used for the pico, we're gonna go probably about 1/4 inch slices here. I probably would go in the other direction normally if I hadn't already used half of this onion. I kind of like when the cuts run with the ribs, but this is totally gonna be fine. I'm not gonna waste half an onion because I'd rather have it cut in the other direction. I'm just gonna take a couple sides off of these peppers. I want some color in there, which is why we're throwing the orange in as well. And then we'll probably just definitely mimic the shape of the onion so everything's about the same and uniform. Let me get some of that out of there. Don't need that bitter stuff. We're gonna start off with the peppers and onions on the La Griddle here. They're gonna take a little bit longer to cook than the steak is, so we're gonna hit it with the oil, nice and hot on the surface. We're using that chili infused oil for that extra flavor as well. So we're looking to get some good color on our peppers and onions while also softening them up. I'm gonna hit them with just a little bit of this smoked salt as well. So we're going pretty high heat on the La Griddle today. So if you're cooking in something else like a skillet or a griddle on your grill, you're gonna want a high temperature. I'd say in the grill, you're probably looking at like 500. You can go a little bit lower with these peppers and onions, but when it comes to the steak, we really want a good sear because that meat is gonna be so thin. So a little bit more of that chili oil down for the meat. And we're just gonna pull it straight out of that marinade, toss all those flavors on together. This is gonna go quick. I've got high heat going on this side of the griddle because we want some texture on the outside of this before it gets cooked through. So don't stack it all on top of one another. Make some space. We hit it with a little bit more of that Mexicano. The smell is incredible right now. A lot of aroma going on. All right, so we're throwing the Lodge cast iron fajita pan there just to warm up so that we can keep our veggies and stuff warm when we pull all this stuff off of here. Getting some nice char on this now. Now that's what we're looking for. Get some caramelization out of that marinade. We got some of my favorite flour tortillas for our fajitas. These are from Caramello in Lawrence, Kansas. Doesn't get much better than these tortillas right here. Pork fat tortillas just need a little bit of a toast here on the griddle to wake them up. It doesn't take long. All right, fajita fixins. Some tortillas. And then one last thing we're gonna do here, I've got some non-fat Greek yogurt. This is actually a great topping, a substitute for sour cream. We're just gonna add a little bit to it. A little bit more of that Mexicano. And just a squeeze of lime juice. I'll mix that up. And now we've got our crema. Now let's build our fajitas now. Start with some of that steak. What am I doing here? I'm eating this. I can use my fingers. Some peppers and onions. A little bit of our avocado pico. And then some of that crema right on top. Boom. Mmm. I'm happy. I'm so happy. What have I been doing with my life? I should be making fajitas constantly. The flavors are huge. I mean, there's a nice amount of spice to it, but it's not burning your face off. We got texture. We got texture all day. I mean, great texture off that meat, great texture on the pepper. And man, those flavors, when they all meld together and that crema smooths things over on the top, it's incredible. Wrapped up in the best tortilla that you can buy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out ATBBQ.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoyed the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to ATBBQ.com/thesauce. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.